Hey folks, sorry if I don't keep up with my videos, because of my job and stuff. I can't, sometimes I'm not always up to date with a lot of my reviews and stuff and videos. So, you guys have to kind of bear with me here. Um, this is gonna be my last of the re-reviews of the Bob Dylan albums. And this is, of course, Highway 61. I really want to do just a really short review, re-review. You can check out many of YouTubers out there. There's plenty of YouTubers that really do a good extension, a good full review of like how amazing this. This album is pretty much most talked about anyways. And I think a lot of people kind of talk about it, and it's been re-reviewed. It's been reviewed many of times. Been done. I don't know, but you can check out my good friend there, Jeff. Calico does a great job with reviewing this album and so many others. So let's go ahead and get started here. This is a marvelous album, and every time I listen to this album, I'm always hearing something new, just like Bringing It All Back Home. This is probably a little bit more of a notch up than Bringing It All Back Home, but this is just an absolute marvelous album. And that front cover too just symbolizes what that time period would, what everyone was kind of looking. Well, I don't know if I really say that, but at least that guy in the back there. I love that striped shirt. That's almost like a Brian Wilson shirt. Remember that performance that they did, and it was the Jack Benny show, and they're performing lip sync. I don't know if they're lip syncing, but I think they were actually playing it live. They're playing California Girls, and Brian Wilson was wearing that particular shirt there, the striped one. I love that camera too, and Dylan's button down. It's so really great of the back too, where Dylan's, at work at the studio. Um, this album just brings me back a lot of, this album really just made my whole world feel a little bit more special every time I listen to this. But what can go wrong with Highway 61? It's been claimed one of the best albums. It's ranked number 4 of the 500 greatest albums of all time. It was at number 3 in the Billboard Hot 100. This was released August the 30th of 1965, and this was his second album to be released in that year. So he had released 2 albums in that year, but it was, let's see, debut, change it, other side. So this was his 6th studio album, and that's pretty impressive. Both Tom Wilson and Bob Johnson both produced this album, and a lot of people, including some of the others from the previous album, a lot of the other additional players came along as well with this. You got the great Mike Bloomfield. Are you kidding me? He's so great on that guitar. I really love Harvey Brooks. You can definitely tell the prominent bass on, I'm trying to remember now. I think it was from a Buick 6, that really thumping bass, really good. Al Cooper's on here. He would end up little, maybe like 5 years later, he would be producing some of Dylan's albums, at least New Morning. And he would be back for, he would be back for Blonde on Blonde. We got Paul Griffin. He played piano on the previous album. He's back again here. We got Charlie McCoy. Great musician. He's on here. He's doing guitar here. So we got a lot of great guys. And Bobby Gregg with that powerful snare is absolutely great. Bobby Gregg is one of those great guys that made the song even more special. And what song am I talking about? Of course, Like a Rolling Stone. That's the first song on this album. What can be said? 6-minute plus song. This was a #1 song on 500 greatest albums of all time on Rolling Stone. Also, Highway 61 and Desolation Row are also on the 500 greatest songs of all time list by Rolling Stone. But anyways, back to Like a Rolling Stone. What can be said? You know what I mean? This went to #2 in the summer of that year. It's basically about, this woman. This may be referred to one of the Andy Warhol factory. Um, I forgot this young lady's name, but she was only 27 when she died in 1971. So it could be referenced on her. But what a great song. Absolutely great. The powerful snare, like I said. I love the key change guitars and stuff. Really great by Mike Bloomfield. And the piano done very, very well. I don't know if it was Dylan and Al Cooper. I'm pretty sure it was Dylan. Um, basically about all the things that this character here has been stripped off. She's been stripped. She's been kind of concealed. There's nothing to reveal. She's basically liberated. She basically is kind of on her road to freedom, if you will. Which kind of sums up kind of what Desolation Row. Once we get to the last track, it's almost like a full circle, kind of, if you will, once we get to the ending track, which kind of really makes the album even more like, whoa, looks, in a little bit more of an introspective look. You know what I mean? I would love to talk about the lyrics in here, but once again, I mean, you guys can just, everyone knows the song, so we all know what, she's on a pedestal, kind of, if you will, or she's on the, the Siamese cat and the jugglers and the clowns that perform tricks for her, and all the wonderful, great, and just memorable historical lyrics on just that song. Absolutely great. Then the next one, are you kidding me? Tombstone Blues. This is a fantastic, marvelous, bluesy song by Dylan here. It's just going straight forward. It's a bluesy forward song, basically about all the bullshit that's happening during that time. Military, social, economical, political, all these things, all these different things, including Beethoven's music being changed to being changed to people pledging the flag, or better yet, with patriotic music. It's being changed to that now, and we got all these characters here like Jezebel the Nun and Paul Revere, and all these different things are all symbolizing what's kind of, that people are just kind of like, man, like really, kind of being like, man, just they think that they're the attention, they're more important than society. So I think that's what this song kind of is. And daddy's in the basement, he's looking for food, but I'm in here, or mom's in the she's in the alley, she's looking for food, and dad's in the, or whatever. And he's mentioning about every time ending each of the verse there, the line of, I'm in the kitchen with the Tombstone Blues. And of course, one of the memorable lyrics off of this, definitely for sure, my favorite lyric is, the sun's not yellow, it's chicken. That's just great. The next song, a great song. It takes a lot to laugh, it takes a train to cry. What a beautiful song. I love this song so much. It's really nice and piano, and it just really goes in very, very well. I love Mike Bloomfield's his progression. You can it's almost like a heartbroken song, but it just definitely fits so well. I absolutely just adore this song. It's about like, hey, I'm laughing my way through my tears here, or I'm kind of crying my tears away. So it's almost like these couples are kind of departing ways, kind of, if you will, So it's almost like a little bit of a, where he kind of, because he does that with, he always symbolizes, or, better yet, he always uses a metaphor for trains. So, you know what I mean? So it could be that way, but I don't know. Yeah, beautiful song, of course. Then From a Buick 6. Who can go wrong with this song? Really chugging, really good chugging rock and roll song, or like definitely a good bluesy, and it takes a laugh. It definitely has a boogie woogie feel. This song kind of does too. I don't, but it's a little bit more of a rocking blues, a rock and roll blues song. Really love this. You know, it could be influenced on definitely Chuck Berry a little bit. Um, I got a graveyard woman. You know what I mean? um, Buicks were, they were manufactured back in the 1900s. So it could be about maybe a lover, a loved one, or whatever, trying to comfort them. You know what I mean? Trying to comfort the loved one or whatever. Or maybe it could be perhaps an older resident or older family member or whatever, trying to trying to um, trying to make them feel like they're warmed up or something. Like that's how I kind of feel a little bit. But this is just a Dylan marvelous, just genius song, of course. And then, oh my God, are you kidding me? The last um, song ending side one is a Ballad of a Thin Man. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I loved his performance back in 1966 or whatever it was. It was the Judas concert. And, do you, Mister? I love that bluesy, just very barroom. It has a barroom style. I love his playing. Very, very good. Very, very, I love it. It's just so good. The meaning is just right there. The meaning is just absolutely just spot on about an individual or or politicians not knowing what life's all about. Like they just don't know. They're kind of confused. They kind of don't understand. So they're basically thin, and they don't have as much of the smarts, I guess. You know what I mean? They're kind of like, I guess, it's a great 5 minute, 4 minute, whatever it is, but it's just so great. So good. What is it? 5 minutes. Yeah. So good. So great. Then we flip the album over. We have the vinyl. Can't do it on CD. We get Queen Jane Approximately. This is very much Dylan here. Very much a Dylan guitar. You can definitely hear his guitar playing for sure. It's just a short, it's about 4 minutes, but some people claim it's about could be about anyone, but I think a lot of people kind of claim it's about Queen Jane is kind of it's kind of symbolizing Joan Baez, I guess. Some people claim that it could be about her, but I don't know. I mean, it's so beautiful. I love the lyrics. It's very romantic, which kind of we would kind of see on the next album, Blonde on Blonde. But yeah, I love Queen Jane Approximate. What a good song. Then we get the next one, Highway 61 Revisited. The title track of the album. Yeah, I love the slide whistles. Of course, that's done by Bob Dylan. It's just a fun track. It's a fun song. He's just having fun here. I really almost like the boom 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 boom. It's got a little bit of a thumping beat, a little bit by Bobby. And then we get a little bit of that really good guitar there by Bloomfield, definitely for sure. And Harvey's bass is really, really prominent on this song, definitely for sure. It's just a carefree Dylan song, right? About going on this highway, don't even know what to expect, right? Alrighty, then we get Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues. This is a very, 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 almost like a satire, almost like a, you know what I mean? Almost like a silly song, a little bit, It's about Juarez in Mexico, and it's about this guy kind of, he's an artist, like he's kind of like a painter, and he kind of wants to go to New York, but he kind of realizes that if he goes there, he's going to be kind of like, he's going to be getting, he's not going to be getting the same vibes, kind of, if you will, and he's basically going to be kind of contracted with all these manipulators and all these drunken women and all that. So he kind of wants to maybe go back to Juarez. I don't know, but it's a good song. Yeah, it's definitely a favorite of mine, definitely. Then we get, oh my god, then we get the 11-minute track song, Desolation Row. Are you kidding me? It's about desolate means that you're kind of on your own, kind of kind of in this kind of you're basically kind of like in your own kind of world, like what I mean, you're kind of you've been kind of misplaced and kind of on this other world, if you will. He mentions about Robin Hood. He mentions about the Phantom of the Opera. He mentions about who else? Einstein, and mentions about all these people, and how they kind of had manipulated other people and Cinderella. You know what I mean? So they kind of manipulate these. All these characters are kind of like controlling them, and they want to. And you see Cinderella and all those other characters, they want to kind of escape from that, and they kind of want to go on this sort of, at the end of each verse, talking about going down Desolation Row. But better yet, he also mentions about the, don't send letters into Desolation Row. You know what I mean? And he says he's going to rearrange their face. He's going to give them a different name. And so it kind of symbolizes, and you can kind of see that they kind of want to be on their own way. They kind of want to be on their own side. So that's what kind of like the first song was kind of all about, where this person or whatever is standing, and kind of wanted to do their own thing, kind of be a little bit liberated, kind of do their own, kind of be their own person. And so I feel like that's what the song is. It kind of wraps up, kind of like how Like a Rolling Stone was, and now Desolation Row. It's about all these people now deciding to do what they want to do, which is to get off, which is to basically get out of the BS that they were once in, and now finally go on their own sort of freedom. And that's it, folks. That's what I think of Highway 61. This is a marvelous album. This is a genius, just production. Oh my god, fantastic album. What can be said? Okay, folks. And that's it. Those are my re-reviews, by the way, of my Dylan albums. So I'll finally have a whole new playlist. You can check it out from the debut all the way to Nashville Skyline. But I would love to do Blood on the Tracks. I would definitely love to do that album because I own that album. But other than that, I don't own any of his other albums. I mean, I would probably love to have that big box set, but I don't think it's not on like Amazon or anything. I think they kind of I think everyone bought them. I don't know. But anyways, till then, folks, take care. Bye bye.